Alright, so as the title suggests, this is a commissioned Emperor of Mankind. This project may not happen though, because of my own failings really. But I thought I'd put up what I have anyways. So first off, we need the base. So the Emperor has stood on some steps in the artwork that I'm using for reference. So I've constructed some steps and I'm going to cut them out in this circle to match the 40 mil, I think it's 40 mil anyways, round base, and then they'll be combined. So basically Geminis commissioned this. That's his YouTube username anyways, and I just I started this, and I was motivated at the beginning, and then I got swamped, bogged down with university work. So it's been over a year since this was commissioned, and I haven't heard anything from him, and I've failed to keep in contact really and keep him updated. So I don't know that this project is going to happen. But I'll show you what I've done so far. These are the bits I'm going to be using. So this is the head. These are the legs, just some Terminator legs. The figure is supposed to be Terminator size. So personally, I would have chosen to make him a lot bigger, just because he is the Emperor. But the guy who commissioned him wanted him to be Terminator size, so that's that. And these are well, this is the left arm, and this is coming from Forge World's Cataphracti, Power Fist, and Stormbolters set. And the right arm comes from the same set, as you can see, and there's going to be a lot of work done on these. That's the cat. I don't know if you can hear the cat in the background there. So yeah, a lot of work needs to be done, so they're not going to stay like they are. And this is going to be the sword, and as you can see, it's got a left hand. So I'm going to have to do some chopping and replace that left hand with a right hand. And next up is the torso. Now, I was going to use Terminator torso, but I chose not to, and that's simply because the Emperor has quite ornate armor, and I knew that in sort of building on top of that armor, it was going to sort of get bigger and bigger. So I started with just like, your bog standard, like Space Marine body or torso, and then it will bulk out as I sculpt on top of it. So it'll match, the legs in the end, and hopefully be proportional. So this is just like progress shots really. I've just taken clips and thrown them together, and I'm doing a voiceover over the top of them. But you can see how I've taken the Terminator legs that I previously showed you, and I've filed off some of the details just to have a good, like, clean slate, I guess, to sculpt on top of. And of course, before I do any sculpting, I've got to do some chopping and change the position of the legs to match the artwork. And again, just some more like progress, baby steps really. You can see I've removed some of the detail from the torso. again, just to give me a clean slate. And I'll show you now how the cuts I've made to alter his the position of his legs. So I've just used blue tack to stick them together. So that's how it was originally. And I made a cut there and another cut there. And of course you can see that the left leg has been completely removed, and that's there. So originally I sort of put him back together like this. You can kind of see how he's going to be posed on the steps. And you can see that the left leg, the forward leg, the foot is like at an angle. I've removed that now, as you can see in this shot. You can see I've started to sculpt some of the like the thighs and the armor on the thighs. There's that foot that got removed. I contemplated like trying to salvage a foot from somewhere else, but in the end I like sculpted one. So you'll see that in a bit. But I wasn't happy with these results. I didn't like the thighs or the armor on the thighs. You can see in this shot I'm starting to dismantle him again and remove that armor from the thighs, because I wanted to try something else, and that was to press mold a bolt, because I wanted that the thread of the bolt, I wanted to use that to create the thigh. So I'll show you that process here in a minute, but that's the end result. After I press molded the bolt, I was able to create effectively a copy of the bolt with green stuff. And this is that process. There's this stuff called Oyamaru. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. It's like an imported product. I think it's Japanese. And this is one half of the press mold, and that's the other half. And I just use a little bit of like plastic tube to hold the two pieces together initially. And then once they're together like that, then clamp them tight. And it's just a matter of, just getting your green stuff in there. Usually I would tend to put a bit of green stuff in at first. That's roughly the right amount for the cavity space there. Then once it's clamped all together, then I start ramming it down, ramming more green stuff down. So you just pan out, you can see more of that Oyamaru stuff right there. That's how it comes, and you just boil it, and it goes soft, and then you can manipulate it however you need to. It's very colorful stuff, that's for sure. To be honest, I want to eat it sometimes. It looks delicious. Anyways, jumping forward. So I've just sort of mocked up what I've got so you can kind of see how he's going to look. And if you'll notice, I've removed the thighs that were on previously and incorporated those press molded bits. And of course then his thigh armor will be applied on top of them. But that's the Emperor to date, and a lot of the bits that are on there are just blue tacked on for effect. So let's I'll strip them off here in a minute, and you can see what he's like without any of the unfinished stuff on there. Little bits. You can see that foot as well, his left foot, which was sculpted, and that's not done yet either. I have a bit more work to do on that. So there he is. That's him. That's where he is, and that may be where he stays. We'll have to, see how things progress. But thanks for watching anyways.